Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30 minutes wholesome package that comprises brand news, branding, focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix, encompassing thorough and in-depth aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogalia Bikele.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is Brand News, where we bring you the latest developments around brands and in the field of advertising, marketing, and communication in Nigeria and around the globe.
Now on Brand News. A recent report released by the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) has revealed that active subscriptions for mobile services in Nigeria experienced a 1% decline, reaching 223.3 million in April 2023. This decline follows a continuous downward trend, with the mobile operators losing approximately 2.5 million subscriptions in the month of April alone, with a 0.4% decrease in subscriptions the previous month. With the drop in active connected lines across the networks of MTN, Glo, Airtel, and Nine Mobile, Nigerians' teledensity also experienced a decline, falling from 118.48% in March to 117.17% in April. However, Nine Mobile emerged as the operator with the highest gain in April, as its database grew by 262,737. This increase boosted its total active subscriptions from 13.1 million in March to 13.4 million in April. Pet bottle market has been projected to reach $133 million by 2030, growing at a compound annual growth rate of 4.20%, up from $95,400 million recorded in 2022. According to Data Bridge Market, a research platform, this came as a result of some key factors compelling global rise in demand for PET containers, particularly from the food and beverage industry, and the increase in demand for frozen and processed foods. While commending the gradual transformation of PET bottles into a multi-purpose production tool for various brands, especially in the fast-moving consumer goods, beauty, personal care, pharmaceuticals such as medicine and other products, Data Breach believes PET has prospect for further growth globally. Coca-Cola, the world's largest soft drink manufacturer, has teamed up with League of Legends, a popular esports game, to create a new flavor specifically for gamers. The new drink, named League of Legends Collector's Park, will feature a unique blend of flavors designed to enhance the gaming experience. The collaboration between Coca-Cola and the League of Legends comes as the gaming industry continues to experience tremendous growth, with more and more people turning to online gaming as a form of entertainment. The new flavor is set to capitalize on this trend by catering to the needs and preferences of gamers. It was a glamorous event as industry stalwarts, captains of industry, and media moguls gathered to celebrate Mr. John Ajayi, publisher and CEO of the pioneer marketing brand and advertising magazine Marketing Edge Publications, as he marks the diamond age of 60. The epochal event, which started with a Thanksgiving service at the Catholic Church Transfiguration Areko Ogun State, was officiated by Most Reverend Dr. Peter Olukayode Adetoyibo, the Catholic Bishop of Abeokuta Diocese, who admonished Christians to maintain the spirit of gratitude in every circumstance.
John Ajayi is a very kind-hearted person. So the family is so loving, is so caring.
My dad is a very great man. There are a lot of things about my dad. My dad is my role model. I feel me and my dad, we even have like the same personality. My dad is generous, is disciplined. he makes sure that if you think you can't get something, he will tell you that you can get it and you can do it. There's no room for failure, no room for excuses.
I am just so happy and full of joy today because of we are celebrating him, and I know that he deserves it because of all of the work that he have done for everybody, and how he helps everybody no matter the cost.
He's a great brother to me. He is my mentor. He made me. He schooled me. He put me through. He led me to where I am today. He has been so supportive in everything.
It can only be God, because looking back, these past 60 years has been full of ups and downs, trials, travails, and obstacles. But above all, God has been there. God has been wonderful.
The Thanksgiving service was immediately followed by a reception which was well attended by very eminent and distinguished personalities, which include Yomi Badejo Okunsoya, Ude Melfort. All the reputable attendees include Steve Babaiko, Wasiu Abiola, amongst other dignitaries.
Very lively set of people. No dull moments with them. Where's our CEO? CEO, where are you, sir? I want to see you.
Well, that was brand news. Next is branding focus after this break.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. Her reason to imagine is slay. His reason is to be the GOAT. Theirs is to take the beat and make it lit. They want to test edgy till it is fire. Their reason for imagination is to add riz in style. Her reason to imagine is finesse. And hers is to find what's new and bussin'. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Small and medium enterprises, SMEs, are considered the backbone of economic growth in all countries and are strategic as well as essential for accelerating global growth and development. According to the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, a large percentage of registered companies in Nigeria are constituted by small-scale businesses, and many have been in existence for a long time. SMEs constitute about 90% of businesses in Nigeria, creating more than 70% of employment, which contributes 10% to the country's GDP. Even though SMEs play such an important role, there is also a high failure rate. It is estimated that close to 75% of SMEs fail within their first 2 years of existence, particularly in developing markets. This high failure rate could also be a contributing factor to determining which marketing communication media should be prioritized by SMEs. Marketing communication efforts within SMEs are largely influenced by the environment in which the businesses operates, the skills and resources of the business, and the characteristics of the owner. Access to market remains one of the single business challenges that SMEs face in the country, and the need to use PR help small businesses find and grow their client base cannot be overstated. No client wants to do business with a small business owner who has no track record or has never delivered for an actual client. For most small businesses that can point to fancy marketing campaigns, billboards, or a vast array of clients, marketing communication is therefore seen as a vital activity for the survival and success of SMEs. By being able to point to the coverage immediately makes it easier to open a door for them. As the clients achieve small incremental wins, the agency should start building out case studies that are their own form of PR and share these with other industry partners as well. Momentum has to be maintained because it is one of the most powerful forces in the world, but many small businesses simply can't get the flywheel turning. One step forward and then they fail to capitalize on this. The link between PR coverage and access to the market must be clear. Today, however, the communication landscape has evolved due to the technological advancement. As a result, there are many more communication tools that can be used by SMEs to conduct marketing communication activities of the business.
When I was branding Focus, next is industry conversation where we have interactions with distinguished personalities in the business of brand management. This week, we will be continuing on the conversation we started last week with the Director General of the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON, Dr. Olaleko Fadolapo, after this break.
Keep up with innovative, revealing, and groundbreaking happenings in the world of brands and brand builders in Nigeria and across the globe. Mingle with people and brands that make the cut and the personalities that keep reinventing the trends and traditions in the marketing world. All are exciting one-stop shop for marketing vibes. Marketing Edge on TV. You are always right on time with the right people and movers and shakers of the world of marketing as they share their views and ideas on the business and challenges of advertising, corporate affairs, media strategy, and the unfolding exciting world of digital marketing. Join the trendsetters and key decision makers as they shape opinions and project into the future of the marketing landscape for 30 exhilarating minutes on this channel. Stay ahead, be thrilled to beat, be marketing savvy with Marketing Edge on TV. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Let's talk about the social media regulation. That's part of the new advertising law, extending its regulatory powers towards, the digital platforms. Tell us how far it is in terms of compliance.
Number one, I want to state again, I want to reiterate, we are not regulating social media. We are not regulating social media. We don't have the power to regulate the social media or the online media at all. In content on social media can be classified into three. First of all, information. Second, entertainment. The third, advertisement. Some people will say two, which is infotainment and advertisement, meaning that information and entertainment are classified together, then advertisement. Now, for a skit maker who is into entertainment, we have nothing to do with them. For an online news platform, we have nothing to do with them. For a blog that it is into soft stories, we have nothing to do with them. But the advertising leg or the advertisement leg is where we come in. There are so many shenanigans that are going on there. For example, recently, the NYSC wrote to us that they discovered that their uniform is being used by people to do advertisement online. Now, this may be coppers, but the uniform was not given to them in the course of their primary responsibility as a copper. That the uniform was given to them, so it is not given to them as a brand thing. Now, that infringe on the NYSC law. Same thing for the armed forces. Now, the second thing is that advertising in Nigeria must be ethical and responsible. And there are some things that are legal. We don't do disparage advertising. You don't use women as test objects. So when some of these people are doing this thing, they do it with laxity and impunity, to the extent that they go to any extent. Now, if that space is not regulated, then there's a crisis. Like I said before our law was sent in, we had a resolution from the National Assembly saying that we are slacking in regulating. So the level of shenanigans going on there was high. If you are a skit maker and you are vast in your skit making, you don't have anything. But when you are bringing advertisement into your content, that is when we come in to say, please ensure that this advertisement is approved in line with the Nigerian Code of Advertising before you expose. So the people calling now to say, no, their government, they want to gag us, no, it has nothing to do with freedom of speech. This is communication, marketing communication. And when you are going into that space, you are expected to ensure you comply with the law. That's the only thing. Influencers has the opportunity based on their platform to mislead people. And we need to be sure that what they are saying is right. You don't use superlative words in advertising in Nigeria. And if that space is not regulated, you can. I have so many complaints. In fact, so many monitored adverts on my system that I can show you. And because that space has been left unregulated, most of the things that have not been allowed to show or expose on the traditional media, they find their space there. The bank advert that we were talking about, comparing Jesus Christ with a loaf of bread, happened on the social media. And every other one's like that. So we need to ensure that this space is regulated. So I want to explain again that we are not regulating social media. We are not regulating influencers. We are not regulating bloggers. What we are regulating is advertising content on the digital media. So if you are leaving your primary purpose of entertainment and you are going into brand communication, then whatever you have done needs to be submitted, approved before exposure, in line with the Nigerian Code of Advertising.
So it is evident that advertising regulation under ALCON today is very enormous. And given the fact that it's a tedious process and we have 36 states of the Federation, I'm concerned if the regulatory agency has the material and human capacity to regulate across the 36 states of the country.
Number one, when I came in, we have approximately 14 offices nationwide. But in the last 2 years, we've opened like additional 18, 19 offices. We unbundled Lagos into 6 different zones so that we can have, because you can imagine the number of stations that are in some zones are even more than what we get in some states. So we've unbundled, we have like 34 operational offices now. By our law and scope of work, we are expected to be in all the states. We've spoken to some government of some states, and we are at the concluding level. They've offered us space. Because again, any state that we have or we operate, we also bring advertising business into that state. To the extent that we engage the SMEs, we support them, we bring advertisers and the outdoor system into the state, we bring advertising sanity into those states. So we've done so much in terms of creating offices and human capital, deploying people into those spaces. Now, on the capacity building, we've done so much also on the capacity building. We've had MOU with some organizations in terms of developing capacity for vetting and for monitoring. You know, you cannot monitor social media on your phones. So we need to engage this giant to see how we can collaborate. We made a proposal to the former minister on the need for us to also get some software and gadgets, which I think we will need to represent when we have a new minister. But as much as possible, we understand the enormosity of this task, and we are also positioning ourselves to tackle it head on.
Okay, your regulatory function also involves protecting the consumers, and we've seen over time that there's been a prevalence of consumer abuse. They've been abused by advertisers, brand owners, and even by the regulatory agencies, government agencies that are supposed to protect them. So what is ALCON doing to collaborate with other regulatory agencies to protect and also inform consumers of their rights?
Yes, we are doing so much. And that is why when you see an ad that is either unethical, that is either biased, we immediately come out. First, to denounce the advert. Secondly, to ask them to bring it down. Now, we do more in terms of monitoring and enforcement. For example, for promotions, we also ensure that just not the advertisement now. You can't send to us to say we have 10 cars to offer. We need to go and examine those cars. And where those travels are being done, we also need to go there because there's a team. The law set up ASP, Advertising Standard Panel, and empower ASP to ensure that everything that is done is legal, truthful. So when you send those things to us, we ban some in terms of promotion to say this cannot fly, this cannot fly. And we will continue to collaborate with other. If you check the ASP, you will see that we have all other government agencies and the self-regulatory agencies on it. For example, we have the Advan there, we have AAAN, we have NIPAN, we have OAN. In terms of regulatory agencies, we have NAFDAC there, we have SCCPC, we have CBN, we have Stock Exchange. And so this bodies sit down to look at this whole industry in terms of promotion, consumer protection, and ensure that best practices, ethical practices is done.
Okay. Your agency, should I even say the agency right now? They've been, yes, they've been an innovation of the Advertising Offense Tribunal, and we look forward to what all of this would mean for the implementation of the new advertising law. What should we expect?
The Advertising Offences Tribunal is also a novel idea and a new thing in the advertising industry. It's a quasi-judicial body that determines or adjudicates on all offenses created under the Act. It has the power of a high court, and decisions of that AOT lies with the appeal court. Now, the AOC is headed by a retired judge. Now, with two representatives from the legal profession and two representatives from, so they are expected to speedily listen and adjudicate on all matters relating to advertising, advertisement, and marketing communication. The whole essence is to get justice done and in good time, so as to ensure that the industry is moving forward. Don't forget that this industry is strategic to economic development and cannot continue to be allowed to be on auto run. So the industry needs to key into federal government policy of economic development. So where things are not being done properly, instead of going to the regular court, the practitioners or even us as ACOM, we will approach the AOT, the Advertising Offences Tribunal, to seek justice. It's open as far as it relates to advertising, advertisement, and marketing communication and offenses created under the Act.
Okay. So what do you envision for the advertising industry under the new administration?
Well, we know that with all this in place, the advertising industry will get better. For example, the local content. If we continue to push for the local content, I still don't understand why we still have high level of imported advertisement, although it has reduced. Now, as Nigerians, we are expected to take benefits of advertising, advertisement, and marketing communications. So we will key into that. The government is looking at this whole forest policy. Now, imagine if more of our advertisement is done here. It's going to save a lot and bring a lot. Now, it's going to be like a double benefit to us. Nigerians will take benefit as people. Then in terms of economy, the macro economy, the money that will be pulled out of the economy will be retained in the economy for the development of the industry in particular and the economy at large. So for us, we are aligned and we believe that if all these things are put in place in the next few months, because now we note that most of this we are the gatekeeper, and we know there's a lot of improvement. The few people that are complaining are the people that have enjoyed impunity to the extent that they don't want the industry to succeed. And the industry is a moving train. we will continue to engage, but we will not allow one sectoral group to bring the industry down.
Clearly so. A nice place to conclude our conversations today. Thank you very much, sir, for having this time with us on Industry Conversation.
Thank you very much.
And that's it on Industry Conversation. Do well to join the same time next week for another interactive time. I'm Ogali Abikele. See you again.